إنا خلقنا الإنسان من نطفة أمشاج نبتليه وجعلناه سميعا بصيرا إنا هديناه السبيل إما شاكرا وإما كفورا. At these times, my dear brothers and sisters, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, with the blessing that has given to us to come to the masjid for Salatul Jum'ah, we will discuss about some of the events of the history that it had happened. At the same time, we hope, Ya Allah, Allahumma ij'alna min hizbik fa inna hizbika humul ghalibun wa ij'alna min awliya'ik fa inna awliya'ika la khawfun alayhim wa lahum yahzanun. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless us to become the party of Allah. If we are the party of Allah, we follow the constitution of Allah. We follow the constitution of humanity, which is the Holy Quran. Therefore, for sure the Quran is telling us that it is a part of Allah's promise that you will be successful. Therefore, if you are the Hizbullah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then you will be successful. Then we ask Allahumma ij'alna min awliya'ik. Bless us, so we ask you to be the authorities over our life. Why? When you are the authority over our life, inna awliya Allah la khawfun alayhim wa lahum yahzanun. There is no fear nor sadness if you are the protector of us. Allah will not have any fear for us, nor sadness if you are the follower of His command. He is uncontrolled. Why should I be sad? Why should I be fearful? With that, we have the Quran as a beautiful law book for all humanity, and especially especially this book, no doubt is in it that it is guidance for muttaqin, for the people of taqwa, for the people of Allah awareness, for the people that they know I am in the boundaries of Allah, and I know I will have to follow the command of Allah, which is the Holy Quran, and I know that a day shall come that I have to go ahead and be in the life of hereafter, and bless me on that life when I be in front of the judge of the judges. Then I will be happy on whatever I have done and whatever my hand has sent forth. A day that I see, يَوْمَ يَنْظُرُ الْمَرْءُ مَا قَدَّمَتْ يَدَاهُ, a day that each and every one of us will see what we have sent down forth, what we have planted in this life that we will harvest in the life of hereafter. What is it that we are doing today that the result of it is tomorrow? Woe to us if our 2 days are equal with each other. Ya Allah, today and this week that I come to the Jumu'ah, I am insha'Allah ta'ala better than last week, but not as good as the week that it is coming. Insha'Allah, today I have fulfilled my duties and responsibilities to you, Ya Allah, more than last week, but not better than next week. We are continuously advancing towards the pleasing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in our life. So in the life of hereafter, with all of the blessings that we have sent down, we will be blessed. And in the paradise of our producing with none. The surah of Insan is revealed according to almost all of the Mufassirin about the people that as soon as you say Allahumma salli ala Muhammad, it is connected to all of them. You know that. And this surah is revealed, either all of it or 12 ayah of that one. Some says all of it, some says 12 ayah of that one. To this concept that it is had taken place in the life of those that you are calling and talking about, that every time that we make salat, regardless of which at your line of the prayers, regardless of what school of thoughts that you come, for sure in your tashahhud you have Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala. You know that. So that means connecting Muhammad to all Muhammad with the law and until the day of judgment. It's something that it does not have to be any school of thought to reject it, yet it is a part of all of us. Now, let us go ahead and see what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling about Al Muhammad in the Holy Quran, that there are at least about 200 ayats regarding that one. So we go ahead with this one for our today's life and compare it with our life as living people of the life of Allahumma ij'alna min awliya'ik. Make us to be of those that you are. The authoritarian is you, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Why? Because you don't have no fear nor sadness in your life. Now let's go ahead and, inshallah ta'ala, follow that path. We will see that historian, all of them says the same thing, that this ayat was revealed, that when there was a time that Hassanain, Imam Hassan and Imam Hussein, they became sick. There was some kind of virus that it was in the city of Nahidian. And then these two young youth of the paradise, according to the words of Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, Al-Hassan and Al-Hussein, Sayyid al-Shabab Ahlul Jannah. Imam Hassan and Imam Hussein are the two youth of the paradise. It happened that these two youth of the paradise, as they were young, they had some kind of a problem that it came in the city of Medina, and they were part of it too. As they became sick, you know the story of Sumu Tusihhu, Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. He is telling us, fast when you become sick, then your sickness will come back, your health will come back. You most of you have experienced after the month of Ramadan, that Allah blesses you, that you force, you become much more lighter, much more healthier, because the body had a chance to digest all of the things that it has, and then you became much healthier than before. So that is one part of it. Plus many, many things that it is in the beautiful university or the school that it is offered to us once a year to see how we become in the path of taqwa in the month of Ramadan. So with that purpose, Hassanain became sick. And they made them happen. For 3 days, we will be fasting for Hassanain. In order for Imam Hassan and Imam Hussein, two of them that they are youth, they should not be alone. Zahra sallallahu says, are you fast with them too? Imam Ali says, I'll fast with them. And Fazl, that it is working with them, she says, I'll fast also. Imagine on those days, we are not talking about as you go open up the refrigerator and say, what is missing? Let's go ahead and get it from there. Sure. No such a thing was existing. You have to get your own wheat, make your flours. Or the least is the flours are ready, you buy it, the rest of it is up to you. Make the bread and the water from the heaven food. Insha'Allah. Sometimes it doesn't. So, by minimum that they have to live, the historian, all of them says, that Imam Ali alayhi salam, he went to one of the neighbors around the city of Medina, and he got some wheat, and he gave it to Fatima to Zahra sallallahu alayha. She made the flours, she made the doughs, and she made 5 pieces of bread. You see, this is the way that the dinner is. Bread and water. Imam Ali alayhi salam goes to the masjid. All of you that you have gone to Medina, you know it. That the door of the house of Zahra was the only door that is opened up to the masjid. The rest of the doors were closed down. So, Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam is making Salatul Maghrib. He makes Salatul Maghrib. Imam Ali is making Salatul Maghrib with Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Then he goes home for the night, which is ثم أتم الصيام إلى الليل. He goes home. And then he wants to break fast with his people. As soon as he sits down to eat with them, the house that all of his people are in it. And every time that Rasulullah is passing by that house, he points out and he says, Assalamu alaikum ya Ahl Bayt al-Nabuwa. People knew it, that this house is the house of Ahl Bayt al-Nabuwa. And then he goes to masjid. Then, since the people know this is very serious, soon as they want to go ahead and break the fast, they notice that the food is good. And imagine you're fasting, and the end of the day comes, and you have to break fast. وَيُطْعِمُونَ الطَّعَامَ عَلَى حُبِّهِ. Even though the hope, the wanting of that piece of bread and the breaking of fast is a part of you, and that hope is with you, that desire is within you, then immediately comes. Miskin comes. Miskin is different from faqir, as you know. Someone that is really in need of some things in his life, that he has to have it. Otherwise he has some problems. You probably know from overseas sometimes, some people say, if I don't have the money to fix my roof for the month of winters that it is coming, then my roof is going to be leaking. And I don't have extra money in order to fix that. This is called miskin. That we have to go and help him in order to let the light goes on, rather than it stops and he doesn't know how to go to work because the roof is leaking. For example, the miskin comes, and like the way that he has been hearing me. He says, Ya Salam alaykum ya Ahl Bayt al-Nahuda. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give you the ta'am in the life of hereafter. I am a miskin, and I need it. And I can't really go to work. I have to fix whatever the I'm supposed to do. I'll give you an example of that one. So, Ali alayhi salam says, I give my bread. Zahra says, I give my bread too. And then, Fazl says, I give my bread. Hassan says, we give our bread too. So, the first night, the bread goes, and they drink the water. And the second, they said, that's all right. The miskin has to be taken over. And we have to. Inshallah, we will be able to go ahead and live with the tomorrow. The same concept happens. Again, we will see that after Imam Ali comes back from the Salat, then he notices that the food is ready. Again, 5 pieces of bread and water, and they have to go ahead and break fast. An orphan comes to the door and says, I am an orphan. You husband, you have parents to take care of you, but I don't. And I need some food. As you know, all of them with the same idea, give their food to the yatim. And the third night, it happens the same day. This time, it is not no longer a Muslim that it is coming to the house. Asir is coming. A captive is coming. What is the reason at the time of Rasulullah, at the time of Medina, Asir or captives existing? Who are they? They are the same people that they have been misguided and attacking the city of Medina, and always they have been defeated, and in order to arrest some of them, they bring them into the city, as we have these words today, correction center, which is not a correction center. On those days, it was a correction time for them to come and live with us. So we will tell you how to become a Muslim, how we are not a danger to you, how we are not a terrorist according to today's definition that we are telling you. We are this kind of the people. And then this captive is coming, and then they give their food to this captive also. And then he goes. Now Imam Ali notices that Hasnain are so weak, and they're shaking and they don't have any food. He takes both of their hands and he goes from his house to Masjid, where Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is sitting. As he enters, and he notices that Hasnain are so weak and they're shaking almost, and they haven't been eaten for 3 days, and said Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, these are the ones that I love so much. What happened to them? The story goes to Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam by Imam Ali, that this is what's happening, and all of us have been giving the food to miskin and yatim and asira, to a needy, an orphan, and a captive that he came. He said, where is Zahra sallallahu alaihi wasallam? Let's go ahead and see Fatima to Zahra sallallahu alaihi wasallam. As Imam Ali alayhi salam and the Hasnain and Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam goes to the house of Fatima to Zahra sallallahu alaihi wasallam, they see that she is in the mihrab of the salat. She's praying. And waits until the prayer is finished. Jibreel alayhi salam comes. And this 12 ayat, at least Some says all of it, some says 12 ayat, according to the tafsir of the Mizan. He says this 12 ayat immediately was revealed in the house of Fatima al-Zahra to these people of Ahlul Bayt. That إنما نطعمكم لوجه الله لوجه الله لا نريد منكم جزاء ولا شكورا. When they give the food for the cause of Allah, their tawajjuh, their intention is Allah, that we are a part of each other, that humanity are not separated from each other, that if I help you, Allah will help me, that if I'm in love with all of the people that they are around us and we have to help, that's a part of my deen, my life. هل الدين إلا الحب? Is it anything but love for the humanity? وَيُطْعِمُونَ الطَّعَامَ عَلَى حُبِّهِ. The hope of the ta'am goes to hope of the people. The hope of my life goes to the أَدْخُلِي فِي عِبَادِي وَأَدْخُلِي جَنَّتِي. Enter into helping my people, then you come to my paradise. هل الدين إلا الحب? Deen is anything but the love from Allah that it comes to you, and then you will go ahead and introduce it to the other people. لا نريد منكم جزاء ولا شكورا. They do not seek any thanks or any reward from them. What can you do when you're at the street sometimes? Somebody, I'm not talking about this system that most of them are really not that needy that we are talking about. When somebody comes and he says, give me some help, are you, when you're giving him a help, are you expecting tomorrow he gives you back? Are you expecting tomorrow that he comes and says, thank you for doing this? Or are you really expecting anything from him? No. You just لا نريد منكم جزاء ولا شكورا. Why? إِنَّا نَخَافُ مِنْ رَبِّنَا يَوْمًا عَبُوسًا قَمْطَرِيرًا. We are fearful on the day that it comes, that our faces are going to be sad. Why sad? Because there is a day that is come, that as we read in Surah Tawbah, الَّذِينَ يَكْنِزُونَ الذَّهَبَ وَالْفِضَّةَ وَلَا يُنْفِقُونَهُمْ فِي سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ فَبَشِّرْهُم بِعَذَابٍ أَلِيمٍ. Those that they are really increasing, their lifestyle is nothing but increase. Increase what? ذَهَبَ وَالْفِضَّةَ, gold and silver. And then they do not give. One of our dearest brothers, may Allah inshallah protect him, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless him, he says, now I understand why all of this problem is coming to me. If I didn't have that money that caused me to go to prison for no reason, for helping the needy anyway, he was doing it. And of course the system is tagging him with something else. And may Allah inshallah, we have to go ahead and pray for him as they are telling themselves. So the thing that it is, when they are يَكْنِزُونَ الذَّهَبَ وَالْفِضَّةَ, they are accumulating gold and silver. Why did you increase, and they didn't give it to the cause of Allah at the same time? You have to wait years. Then you come to realization, so what if I have millions of dollars? What am I going to do with it? Then he notices, even if I want to have a good life, I don't have to have so much money. What do I do with it? When he decided to give it to the others, then he was questioned. Why are you giving the money to these people, to that people, to that people? And then they tag him that you have been sending money to the needy or to overseas and this and that you were not supposed to. So there is a law, what can you do? But, it says, إِنَّا نَخَافُ مِنْ رَبِّنَا يَوْمًا عَبُوسًا قَمْطَرِيرًا. I will be question on the day that why didn't you give all of that wealth to the people? Now you are gone. Who is going to do that? How many times you have heard, how many times we are hearing it here, that the father passed away and then did not leave any will, and then whatever that is left behind, there is a war between the between the people that they say it is mine, no, it is not his mine. Why when you are living don't you give it up? You know the story of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. When a man comes to him and says, Ya Rasulullah, my father passed away. And his advice is that I give all of those sacks of the dates that it is in the storage to the people after my death. son comes back. You say, Ya Rasulullah, everything that it was on the storage, I gave it up. There is only these few dates that it was left in the corner, and that is it. So I listened to the wasiyah of my father. And Rasulullah looks at these few dates that it is, he picked it up. And the day that he gave everything during the whole day. And he says, I wish your father would have been giving these few days by his own hand. It was much better than all of these things that we gave it after his death. Wow. A day that you will see what you have done with your own hand. I wish I wear that dust, that when I put my forehead in the dust, as you probably know. This concept of the Torah, some of you know it, some of you do not know it. What is it that we do? Of course, they are creating a lot of fitna regarding this Torah, this dust that we use. Some of us we use, some of us we don't. The fitna is not whatever that they are saying. It is actually, you and I are saying, Ya Allah, I know that you created me from that dust. I know you created the friend of me that is next to me is from dust too. And I know both of us are dust from the power of heaven and earth that it came through. This dust and made me, Allahu Akbar. And I know, Ya Allah, I go back to this dust as my second sister. And I shall rise up in the day of judgment in front of you. Bless me on that day that I rise. Oh, I wish I were in the same dust. That I wouldn't become someone that I'm arrogant, better than you. And based on that, then he says that they are really thinking about on the day that it will be asked, why didn't you give your bread? You loved it, that's fine, but did you love your bread better than me? No, I didn't, inshallah. Yes, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless us and make us to do what He wants us to do rather than what we want to do. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. إِنَّا أَنزَلْنَاهُ فِي لَيْلَةِ الْقَدْرِ وَمَا أَدْرَاكَ مَا لَيْلَةُ الْقَدْرِ لَيْلَةُ الْقَدْرِ خَيْرٌ مِنْ أَلْفِ شَهْرٍ تَنَزَّلُ الْمَلَائِكَةُ وَالرُّوحُ فِيهَا بِإِذْنِ رَبِّهِمْ مِنْ كُلِّ أَمْرٍ سَلَامٌ هِيَ حَتَّى مَطْلَعِ الْفَجْرِ. يقول الله سبحانه وتعالى وإن شاء الله أنت لي وغني بإذنه. الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه. الحمد لله الباسم الجبارين مبيد الظالمين مدرك الحاربين مقال الظالمين سريف المستسقفين موضع حاجات الطالبين مؤمن بالمؤمنين. الحمد لله الذي من خشيته تعرض السماء وسكانها وترجف الارض وامارها وتموج البحار ومن يسبح في غمرها وحواه. والصلاه والسلام على سيدنا ونبينا العبد المؤيد والرسول المصدق المحمود الاحمد حبيب إله العالمين على الرسول المصطفى محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us be nice to each other. وَقُولُوا لِلنَّاسِ حُسْنًا. Be kind to the people. We the people of Rasulullah connected to Al Muhammad. See what was their lifestyle. How nice they were to the people, even to the kuffar. But at the same time, that we will notice all of that, unfortunately, the issues that we fall into the trap, and to the discomfort issues that it is continuously affecting our life, is to create a takfir, to create a concept of the Shi'i Sunnis. And that is not a part of our being here. The school of thoughts, you are allowed to do so. As you are, every one of you probably are part of one school of thoughts. But this Salatul Jum'ah, a school of thought, is not. Quran Janudi ala Salat min Yawm al-Jum'ah fas'aw ila dhikrillah. That doesn't happen. Did you do that? Yes. When time came for Salatul Jum'ah, we left our schools, our businesses, our families, whatever that we do, we came to the masjid to the program. Is this masjid, could that be Shi'i or masjid of Sunni? Why this question is always, they creating it to your mind, why not here? Alhamdulillah, may Allah be pleased with all of you. You are much more educated. You are above the issues of the Shia Sunnis, alhamdulillah. But for those of you, the people that they call themselves Sunnis, but they are not Sunnis. They call themselves Shias. They are not Shias. وَأَنَّ الْمَسَاجِدَ لِلَّهِ وَلَا تَدْعُوا مَعَ اللَّهِ أَحَدًا. Masajid belongs to Allah. And do not invoke anything to the name of masjid. What is it that they continuously are saying that this masjid is a, let's suppose, even though if there is such a thing, as a masjid of Shia, which is impossible, it's not. But Quran says it's not, it's not. Why can't you go ahead and فَبَشِّرْ عِبَادَ الَّذِينَ يَسْتَمِعُونَ الْقَوْلَ فَيَتَّبِعُونَ أَحْسَنَهُ. Follow, see what do they say. What is it that you have objections? Didn't we ask you, my brothers and sisters, many times, that any time that the khatib is talking from this pulpit, any time that any khatib, including this humble brother of yours, we have to get questioned by you. Why did you say this ayat of the Quran and this hadith that it is not valid? If you tell us and correct us, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala be pleased with you until the day of judgment. And علمني حرفا فقد سيرني عبده. Anybody that corrects me and teaches me something that is supposed to be corrected, I will be corrected until the day of judgment. What is better than that? We talk. Let us read. I said, Bashir Ibad. Give this beautiful news to the people, to my servants. الَّذِينَ يَسْتَمَعُونَ الْقَوْلَ. Those that they hear that word from this one, from that one, from that one, from everybody. And alhamdulillah, in this masjid, of course, we have varieties of the khatibs that they come and go from various school of thoughts. وَيَتَّبَعُونَ أَحْسَنَهُ. They pick up the best one. What is Ahsan al-Hadith? Quran. Pick up the one that Quran is telling us, and inshallah ta'ala, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will bless all of you, will protect us from the shayateen that they want to separate us from each other, and help us to be what you want us to be. فَإِنَّ أَوْلِيَاءَ اللَّهِ لَا خَوْفٌ عَلَيْهِمْ وَلَا هُمْ يَحْزَنُونَ. اللهم انصر الإسلام والمسلمين. اللهم انصر من نصر الدين. وانصر جيوش المسلمين وعساكر الموحدين. واغفر الكفار والمنافقين والمستكبرين والمشركين. عباد الله، إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون. ولذكر الله أكبر والله يعلم ما تصنعون. فأقم الصلاة. الله أكبر. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. يسبح لله ما في السماوات وما في الأرض الملك القدوس العزيز الحكيم. هو الذي بعث في الأميين رسولا منهم يتلو عليهم آياته ويزكيهم ويعلمهم الكتاب والحكمة وإن كانوا من قبل لفي ضلال مبين وآخرين منهم لما يلحقوا بهم وهو العزيز الحكيم. ذلك فضل الله يؤتيه من يشاء والله ذو الفضل العظيم. مثل الذين حملوا التوراة ثم لم يحملوها كمثل الحمار يحمل أسفارا بئس مثل القوم الذين كذبوا بآيات الله والله لا يهدي القوم الظالمين. قل يا أيها الذين هادوا إن زعمتم أنكم أولياء لله من دون الناس فتمنوا الموت إن كنتم صادقين ولا يتمنونه أبدا بما قدمت أيديهم والله عليم بالظالمين. قل إن الموت الذي تفرون منه فإنه ملاقيكم ثم تردون إلى عالم الغيب والشهادة فينبئكم بما كنتم تعملون.
يا أيها الذين آمنوا إذا نودي للصلاة من يوم الجمعة فاسعوا إلى ذكر الله وذروا البيع ذلكم خير لكم إن كنتم تعلمون فإذا قضيت الصلاة فانتشروا في الأرض فابتغوا من فضل الله واذكروا الله كثيرا لعلكم تفلحون وإذا رأوا تجارة أو لهوا انفضوا إليها وتركوك قائما قل ما عند الله خير من اللهو ومن التجارة والله خير الرازقين ربنا افرغ علينا صبرا وثبت أقدامنا وانصرنا على القوم الكافرين الله أكبر الله أكبر سمع الله لمن حمده
ربنا لك الحمد
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألهاكم التكاثر حتى زرتم المقابر كلا سوف تعلمون ثم كلا سوف تعلمون كلا لو تعلمون علم اليقين لترون الجحيم ثم لترونها عين اليقين ثم لتسألن يومئذ عن النعيم الله أكبر سمع الله لمن حمده
ربنا لك الحمد
ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار اللهم انصر الإسلام والمسلمين واقتل الكفار والمنافقين والمستكبرين والمشركين وصلى الله على محمد وآله الطاهرين الله أكبر الله أكبر الله الله أكبر السلام عليكم ورحمة الله السلام عليكم ورحمة الله
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله